Basically, I'm just going to talk through what we have already and what scenes we have created. So at the beginning of the play, it starts with the maid, who facilitates to the audience by like talking to them and like messing around with them, and I feel like this is like one of the key scenes in the whole entire play because it sets the acknowledgement of the audience and they what like it kind of sets them up for the style of theatre, like the theatre of education, of how we're going to always like interact with the audience. So it really gets them in focus on what's going to happen of the whole play. Uh, then, uh, then she talks about Jericho, and then Jericho comes in, comes in the stage and is talking about, oh, the light through coming through the window. It's perfect. It really lights up the dead bodies and stuff like that, and it really introduces the character of Jericho and how weird he is and how obsessed with the painting and how obsessed with the like different colors and if the painting has to be perfect. And then it talks about then it's him talking about he needs the blue paint, and then he's saying, "Oh, is there two survivors here yet?" And then it's he's like kind of talking to the maid and the audience at the same time, and so he goes off stage looking for going for the blue paint. And then my character comes on stage, the raft survivor, and basically it's the awkward scene with the maid, like, and him welcoming him, and them like having that conversation, which I've talked about in another vlog. This scene, which I haven't talked about this scene yet, so um, Jericho returns, and he is like kind of because he's so like focused on the painting, he doesn't really look. He doesn't really focus like sees me straight away. So when he does, he's like, "Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome," and then he shows me the raft because we basically thought if it's his studio, he's gonna have a raft somewhere. So we're thinking of creating our own raft in the middle of the stage and having that as our centerpiece of the whole play, basically. And so we're gonna have this cloth over the raft then. So Jericho's gonna unveil it to me, and basically at that point it really triggers the emotion of the raft survivor because it triggers his memories of what happened, the pain he went through, and stuff like that. And then um, yeah, Jericho's just talking to me saying that he needs to get some information off me and that he needs to know the story of what happened on the raft, and and he needs to know like all the humanity and like he's saying that he wants to convey a message to the current society, that he wants to show like what's happening in real life, kind of thing. And basically I agree to this, and then I sit down and I have this little speech, basically saying on the raft we didn't know how many people we had to fit on. It was it was about 150. It was about 100, maybe even 150. And by the time we all came on, we were already knee deep in water. And basically, that little line there is basically also giving the audience information of how many people were on the raft and how many people, because only 15 people survived. And and by the time they know that, they like kind of get an idea of how many people and how big the raft was. And now and it was like, and it also shows how uncomfortable the people were on the raft, and yeah, something like that. And then I say, "Oh no, no, no! I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore." And basically, it's this little argument between Jericho and the survivor saying, "Oh, you need to do this. I can't do this." But people need to know about the story, about how you did what, and basically, this it just like builds up this tension between each other, and it portrays that like how Jericho needs him to create this image, that he wants to show everybody and get famous from. And basically, that's what we got so far.